Menzies half-forward flank, I would suggest.
Yeah, Simmons has got him, and Holzfind and Furman, the two young guns for Bellpost Hill on the wings. Randall and Mitchell have the job on those two. 4-3-27 Bellpost Hill. They lead Thomson 3-2-20. Start of the second term. Senior elimination final for 2002. Dalziel and Oakley. They go up. Oakley gets it down. Hits Gardner in the head. Going through the middle was Hoare. Got it towards Urquhart at centre-half forward. Thorley comes at him. Rides the bump. Gets rid of the ball. Still at centre-half forward. Thorley behind now. Needs some support. Breaks free. Gets a kick towards centre wing. Furman, the diving catch.
Mark.
Takes a good mark. Plays on quickly. Left foot kick over the top is okay. And finds Backley. Now from half forward. Tries to measure the pass towards Connolly. Chopped off though by Bradley. Can handball it backwards. Elect to go for the safety of the boundary line with a kick though. Thorley and Backley will see it over. Outside defensive 50.
He did well there, Bradley. Ran into the gap that Connolly was going to have to lead to and just gave him nowhere to run.
Well, that's right, Eric. They would have done a little bit of homework on that, and that's where he always gets there, Simon.
So boundary throw in. Falls short. Oakley's got it. Looking for somebody to give it off to. Does to Bradley, who runs from defensive 50. Goes towards Sabali Armstrong on a long lead. Tested the hamstring, the calves and the ankles out then. He runs now towards centre wing and goes towards centre half forward with a kick on a long lead. Troy Maharis. Oh, McAuliffe does well. Backs himself and runs away. Was going to handball, then goes short to Holzfind. Over his head, Bradley through the middle, loses it, got a bit of time though. Gardner runs at it, he looks for a handball, then he turns around, goes with the right foot in the end towards half forward. Menzies tried to play for a free kick, didn't get one. Kazina, handball over the top was okay. Simmons has to run away at half back now, tries to chip the ball to Ewan Hanley, takes a good mark and plays on. Goes from half back, left foot kick towards the middle of the ground. Backley has taken it on centre wing. Bradley holds him up. Now he just chips it over the top, the lead on Urquhart. Oh, has to stretch, does take the mark. Still in the middle of the ground, next to the cricket pitch area, goes towards half forward. Terrible kick. Oakley has chopped it off in front of Dyer and will relieve the pressure for Thompson.
Just goes to show you. Watch the footy, and Dean Oakley did. He chipped in and took the mark. A chip pass, not too good. Holzfine takes the mark on centre wing, and just a few unforced errors, I guess, Laurie, from both sides at the moment.
Yeah, there is. For some reason or other, it's nerves shouldn't be there now.
No, so Holzfine to centre half forward. Off the pack, O'Connor to Thorley by hand. He kicks long to the lead of Highland on centre wing. Picks it up, got no one to give it to. Eludes the tackle eventually, looks for a handball, but finally runs clear. Kicks it long into the full forward area. Menzies, well, he broke clear of Simmons on that occasion, and already the move is paying dividends because he's taken the mark. And now he's held up by the umpire. So he's got Sabali Armstrong, nobody within cooey of him on half forward flank, takes the mark, runs into an open goal and has kicked his second goal, Sabali Armstrong. All too easy for Thomson there, and they've kicked their fourth. 4-2-26. They trail Bellpost Hill 4-3-27. Raiders Bingo second quarter scoreboard just ticking to 3 minutes.
Well, Tony, right on the bench there. I think you'll have to have someone out there. I mean, there's one player in this Thomson side you don't allow to get on his own, and that's Sabali Armstrong. And boy, he was out there, I reckon, 30 metres on his own, and I don't know who's on him. I'll have to try and pick that up. Someone's got to be a bit more accountable.
So back to the middle, back to a point the difference. Thompson with the first goal of the second term.
Might be Ewan Hanley, actually. That might be his direct opponent.
Oakley and Dalziel. Oakley gets it down, hits O'Connor in the head this time. Now kick out of the middle from Hoare. High kick to. Randall goes back with the flight of the ball. Gets a hand to it. Bradley to run onto it. Hole's fine next to him. Worries him out of it. Bradley on hands and knees. Gets wrapped up. And the umpire will have to come in and hold the ball up. And we'll ball it up. John Bartolo not happy with the work of Oakley, Riley and Bradley there. So right in front of our commentary box at half forward, we'll have a ball up. Oakley from behind Dalziel. Dalziel will stand. Oakley from behind. Gets a push in the back. Thorley through the middle. Handball towards the boundary line. Holzfine and Randall seat over. And going to about 10 metres for Thomson, closer to centre wing. So Dalziel and Oakley. Be a short throw in. I don't know why they're standing back in the centre. Backley comes at it and goes towards the boundary line. Gardner and Ryler will see it over. And I would think that they might not go back as far this time for the ruck contest.
You wouldn't think, no. Should be able to read that.
So still in between wing and half forward. Bellpost still just into attack. Oakley at the front, gets it towards Gardner. Bartolo runs onto it. Hall there as well, wrapped up by Oakley. Randall in there as well. Ball spills free. Bartolo try to tap it on. Riley, quick hands to O'Connor. Oh, dangerous handball to Stein. Across defensive 50. Handball underneath to Riley. Tries to slip it towards Aitchison. Dyer got it back. Urquhart missed it. Now it's back to Dyer. Breaks free. 40 metres. Turns around the left. Wheels around. Kicks the goal. Stuart Dyer has put his second on the board. And those silky smooth left foot skills. He's kicked his fifth. They go to 5-3-33. They lead Thomson 4-2-26. Raiders bingo second quarter scoreboard. 5 minutes gone.
Yeah, well, Jason, that's what I was alluding to up the other end there. He had the same opportunity up there, but he tried to sort it out to Simon. And look, he got around on his left there. You go for home, bang, straight through.
So I see looks like Johnny Mitchell coming off the ground with Baxter coming on. Prompted some positional changes, I'd suggest, as the umpire...
There's probably a mismatch there somewhere, I think, Erico.
I think Johnny Mitchell could have an injury.
Yeah, he's holding his sternum by the looks of it.
Might have copped a bit of a gap. Dale Menzies coming up to the wing as the umpire now back in the middle. Ball goes up. Dean Oakley clearly gets the tap down, but so far Thomson not using it to advantage because Hall runs onto the foot. He throws it over the top to Handley. Vincent kicks the ball towards centre wing. Almost a one-handed mark there to... who was that? Randall. He can't control it. Handball comes out to Riley. He kicks long across the ground. Again, Menzies with good body strength gets the ball to the ground. Nick Maharis gets the ball round the corner looking for Troy, but eluded him, and it's run over the ground to out of bounds immediately beside the behind post. So ball very quickly into the forward half for Thomson. They need a goal to get back to almost square. As the ball comes in, deep in the forward line for Thomson, kicking to the northern end of the third quarter. Simmons kicks the ball across the face, Holsfind and Randall. It's a foot race. Randall wins, but he can't get a foot to the ball. Picked up by Ewan Handley. He's gone for the safety of the boundary and has found it. Sabali Armstrong looking for out of bounds on the full, but the boundary umpire is not agreeing. So the ball will come back. So it's about 40 metres from the behind post. Still in the Thomson attacking area as the ball comes in. Nick Maharis gets the tap forward, but picked up by Vincent Handley. Runs away, has a bounce, runs to centre half back, has a centre bounce. He's got Christian Hyland chasing hard, but Handley gets the kick. Chipping in there,
mark.
Great mark in defence was Riley. He handballs to Thorley running the wrong way. He's kicked across the ground, but they've opened it up now, Thomson, as Baxter's out there on his own. Takes the mark, lopes forward, kicks it long. Looking for Nick Maharis. He is looking for a free kick, doesn't get one. Comes to Troy Feldman at the back. He gets it to centre wing. Matty Furman takes the mark. He's got Urquhart on the overlap. He runs forward, kicks it long to full forward over the head of Conley, but they're double teaming him back there, Roberts and Bradley. And Roberts, that's an absolutely
shocker.
Atrocious kick from Roberts. And well, looked to me as if it was out on the full, but the boundary umpire a fair way behind. The ball moved very quickly down the ground, and I think we've been called. I've made a good call. It was out in the full, but boundary umpire hasn't paid it. So a let off for Thomson. So the ball again. Dean Oakley gets a tap down. Holiday doing the work in there. Handballs long, picked up by Bradley. He handballs back looking for Aitchison, but Belpo still working hard in the forward half. Helmers picks it up, hooks it around the body. It's gone very, very close. In fact, it's out of bounds on the full this time. Goal umpire giving some support has helped out with the decision as Sabevsky comes onto the ground for Belpo still. Did you see who went off? Urquhart off. So the ensuing free kick has gone to Bradley. Chips across the face of goal, looking for Roberts. He kicks long to the centre. Sabali Armstrong, in fact, yes, Sabali Armstrong takes it.
What?
Now, the umpire...
Played on straight away. 50.
I really have no idea.
I've got no idea
what's happened there. A 50-metre penalty. In fact, it's probably penalised Thomson because the ball was chipped out to Thorley.
Well, not necessarily. Sabali Armstrong might kick the goal from there.
Well, that's a possibility. But I mean, Thorley was away, no one anywhere near him, and Thomson in possession. So
someone's pointing at the big sticks.
Well, why wouldn't you? He's standing at the moment 65 metres from goal. By the time he moves in, he's seen a lead and he's chipped at 50. And nearly a magnificent mark to Troy Maharis, one-hander, but he doesn't control it. picked up by Dale Menzies, and gee whiz, we've seen that, like, that was just a little chip pass, wasn't it?
It
And went
was.
50.
It was just a little wedge shot.
Well, we've been playing almost 10 minutes into the second quarter. 4-2 Thomson. They trail Belpo still 5-3.
Boundary throw in. Delzeal, Peacock to do the ruck work. Over the back, Moranovic gets it towards Vincent Hanley. Gives it to brother Ewan off a step. Left foot kick towards half back. Holzfine leaves it for Sebevsky. Coming through Bartolo. Surrounded. O'Connor, Riley there. And they set over the boundary line for a throw in.
Well, it's really just an arm wrestle, Laurie, isn't it? You can't see either side winning at this point in time.
Well, obviously one will win, I guess, but I just see that a lot of the good players don't just seem to be able to get into the game. I don't know whether it's just good checking and players are staying with them or what. But
from the ruck contest, it was short again, so Gardner got it down. Worries Belpo still out of the ball. Then he breaks free, gets a right foot kick, gains 35 metres. Coming through though, Moranovic off a step towards Troy Feldman. Thorley against him. Front and centre was O'Connor. Handball to Oakley. Handball towards Gardner. Can give it to Riley. Does so. Draws a player. Goes towards the lead of Troy Maharis. Can't take the mark. Off hands. He doubles back. He can handball to Armstrong. He turns around though. You'll need to kick it now. Left foot. And he doesn't, because I think Kazina got a hand to it. He does. And through for one behind.
Wonder whatever happened to the first handball. Lost?
yeah.
So they go to 4-3-27 Thomson. Belpo still 5-3-33. Raiders bingo second quarter scoreboard. 11 minutes played.
So it's Simmons. Thomson under a bit of pressure at this stage. Simmons now does the kicking in. He's kicked long, straight down the middle of the ground. Looking for Troy Feldman. And he's taken the mark between the two Thomson players in Oakley and Thorley. Now he's got Holzfine on centre wing. Chips it out to him. He's taken the mark. He's had one bounce. He's run again. He's had two. He's had three bounces. He's almost to 50. Hooks the ball back into the corridor. Two Belpo still players. Neither can take the mark. Holiday picks up the crumb. Handball to Bartolo. He's 25 metres out under pressure. And his pot shot for goal has missed to the right-hand side. Good build-up for Belpo still. They didn't capitalise. 5-4-34. They lead Thomson 4-3-27. Raiders bingo second quarter scoreboard. 12 minutes gone.
Yeah, good running by David Holzfine then, and it was actually a nice kick. He sometimes you can have four bounces, which or whatever, you can rush your kick a little bit, but he put it in the right spot.
Rowan now kicks in towards Oakley against Delzeal. Oakley taps it on intelligently towards Thorley, grabs it, gives it back to Gardner, handballs it to Oakley, has to handball it wide to Stein, can handball it to Randall, does. They're on centre wing. Now he turns back inboard, goes right foot towards centre half forward. Baxter in front, off hands. Vincent Hanley there, can drill it back towards half forward. Good kick for distance. Helmers and Holiday. And Helmers should be able to take the mark. It does. And Jason Stein making sure he's not going anywhere.
Could have almost got 50 though.
So Helmers at half forward. So Helmers, the lead's on from Connolly, over his head though, and Noel Riley takes the mark.
They're really breaking down up forward, Belpo still.
Handballs it off to Thorley, then goes further afield to Armstrong. Outside defensive 50 from half back, goes to centre wing. Long lead on from Baxter. Hits him on the chest, takes a mark and plays on quickly. Back in board, looking for Nick Maharis. Oh, great kick. He takes the mark and plays on, goes long towards Troy. One out in front, can't take the mark again. Needs some support. Ball spills free to Menzies. Had to try and get it back to Troy Maharis. Play on the call. Now it goes to O'Connor. Handball towards Highland. Handball back to Gardner. Goes right. Oh, he got someone in the pocket. Can't get to him. Now he goes with the outside of the right boot towards Randall. Gets a Shepherd from Oakland. He takes the mark at half forward.
What sort of a pass was that in footy terms?
Check side.
Now Randall goes towards Peacock on a lead. Coming across Nick Maharis. He can't take the mark. Tries to get on towards Highland in the left forward pocket. He can't take it with him. Surrounded by Belpo still players. Now he gets it free. Over the top of it was Peacock. Got it back to Bradley. Off a step.
He's
kicked a goal. Aaron Bradley off a step from the pocket has put it through for his first. And the fifth for Thomson. They go to 5-3-33. Back to a point the difference. Belpo still 5-4-34. Raiders bingo second quarter scoreboard. 14 minutes played.
Well, I don't know how long since I've been to a game of footy where I've seen two class full forwards who cannot take a mark between them.
It's unbelievable, isn't it? I mean, Simon just doesn't seem to be running into the right spots today for some reason. I mean,
but Troy's getting the ball in the hand and just can't grip them. And alternatively, as you said before, I'd be a bit inclined to put Nick down there who can take a grab.
That's right.
He's taken a few beauties today. So back in the middle. ball goes up once again. Oakley gets the tap down. O'Connor overrunner, but picked up by Timmy Gardner. You reckon that check side pass was pretty good. He's tried it again. So it landed on half forward. Peacock attacks the footy. Comes around on the right foot, but handballs to O'Connor, who picks it up. He's tackled. Comes to ground. Timmy Gardner again. He runs away from his opponent there. Gets the ball to the full forward position. Troy Maharis runs onto the footy. Well, he's worked it forward, but he's run into a defender there. The ball comes out to Vincent Handley. Chips over to Sabevsky. He's free. Takes the mark. Decides to go. But Nick Maharis comes at he's kicked it back into the corridor, but safe hands of Troy Feldman takes it at centre half back. They've switched it now, Bell Post Hill. They've gone right across the ground. This time Ewan Handley takes the mark, comes back into the middle. Fairchild on the ground has taken the mark. He's got players running. Now he just chips it over the top looking for Backley. It's gone too far for him. Holiday, it's over his head. Rowan does well, gets it toward the boundary, but Holiday keeps it in. Urquhart works well, Hole's fine. Nice little handball to Sabevsky. He's run back into trouble. Back to Hole's fine. Looking for somewhere to handball. Now just chips it over the top. Nice little pay and has found Dyer. Dyer of Belpost Hill. The lead comes from Connolly. Can he mark it this time? He can. So we've got a full forward who's taken a mark. Good lead and a good kick from Dyer. Out in front of him. Put the two hands up and this time clasped it. The man on the mark is on 40. And we've got Connolly now. Has kicked one directly in front. And if there's any bruise, well, the flags are not showing us too much. But Connolly certainly should make the distance from there. Moves in. Good looking left foot kick. It is as straight as a die. That's his second. And Belpost Hill, they just maintain the advantage. 6-4-40. They lead Thomson 5-3-33. Raiders Bingo second quarter scoreboard, 16 and a half minutes gone.
Yeah, well, they had a good position of that. They worked hard, the Belpost Hill boys, around that footy right here. And Holiday, and I think the other one was Backwell and Hines Fine. And he's playing a pretty good game. He's only a little fella, but he knows where to go to get a kick. And I think he's going to be a good player eventually. And yeah, it's good to see these kids playing well, and he's not frightened to run with the footy, and I think that's what you've got to do.
Back to the middle. Oakley gets it down to Highland. Free kick against Belpost Hill. Wouldn't that be no advantage. It comes back to Oakley in the middle. Highland was away. So Oakley goes towards half forward. Feldman. The glue sticks, takes the mark at half back. Goes towards centre wing, the lead on from Fairchild. Aitchison against him, punched away. Now foot race, there's Holzfine again, pretty close to the boundary line. Keeps it in, goes with a right foot kick towards Dalziel on a lead at half forward. Runs with the flight of the ball, does pretty well. Connolly against Roberts. Stein getting back there in support, breaks a tackle, runs across, dangerous kick across the goal towards Armstrong and makes up a bit of ground. Does pretty well, handball to Rowan. Now he can run back short towards Highland, who just gets there. Highland, handball to Tim Gardner, standing start, half forward, has to get around a couple. Oh, it does so. Breaks away from Stewie Dyer and goes out wide. And kicks it towards Baxter, who takes the mark and plays on. Goes towards half forward. Long lead, Nick Maharis, can't take it. Now off the back, O'Connor, who runs onto it with Vincent Handley. Can he pick it up? No, he can't. Yes, he can. Now he breaks free, handball back towards Baxter, who followed it up. Goes with the right boot over the shoulder towards the forward pocket. And it's bounced through for one behind. So Thomson now go to 5-4-34. They trail Belpost Hill 6-4-40. Raiders Bingo second quarter scoreboard. We've been playing 18 and a half minutes.
So it's Sean Simmons about to kick the footy in, looking for some options further afield. Decides to go down the middle again. So kicks long. Chipping in there, mark not taken by Matty Furman, picked up by Highland, the crumb. He's kicked it straight back to the goal square. So Simmons, the only person there, takes the mark and kicks it back from whence it's come. In front, Sabali Armstrong can't take the mark ahead of Feldman. Crumb picked up there, and Feldman, well, he just got a finger in the jumper. Tackled him there, the ball's come to ground. Gee, it's pretty scraggy out there. Finally, Sabevsky, handball to player who's running there in Backley. He's a magnificent chase and tackle on that occasion, and Dean Oakley. So Oakley now plays on quickly with a handball to Bradley. Bradley, well, he's kicked it absolutely nowhere. Straight into the arms of Troy Feldman, sitting on the 50-metre defensive arc. So some fairly indiscriminate kicking, Laurie. They're just not looking.
No, look, the disposal on both sides, Eric, is reasonably poor, I thought.
So Feldman now looks for a lead.
That's
and
better.
Finds it's at Backley again. He's doing well out there in this quarter. He looks for a lead further up. Matty Furman can't take the mark. Ball comes to ground, but at ground level, it's Thomson doing with Sabevsky to Holiday by hand to Ewan Hanley, who's running, and Hanley now to the lead, and Galpin on the ground in the forward half. He's taken the mark about 35. He'll be kicking from 40 metres out, next to no angle, and an opportunity to enhance their Belpost Hill score. So Adam Galpin is practising the kick.
Well, he came on, Eric, for Dean Helmers, and I'm not sure what happened to him.
Okay, so ringing the changes, both sides. As Galpin now moves in, left foot up. Well, he's kicked it very low. He's not going to get the distance, I don't think. From the back, it's pushed forward for Thomson. The Riley picks up the crumb. He's tackled as he kicks the footy. Oop. Had a fresh air shot, picked up by Aitchison, following up in support. Justin, just on the ground, has taken the mark. Here go Thomson now. Nick Maharis has taken the lead, long lead to centre wing. Takes the mark and plays on there. Terrible kick again, although they're going to get away with a contest. Baxter put a contest on the footy, but the crumb came to Feldman. Over to Dalziel. He's got Gary Fairchild, I think, running through the middle. He's struggling a bit, Gazza, but he's kicked it to full forward, only straight to Aaron Bradley. Bradley plays on quickly. Long to Baxter on the wing. Now there's the chance for Thomson. Hyland accepts a handball and continues to run. The leads come from Troy Maharis, and this time he also has taken the mark, and from kicking from 50 would be some sort of a chance to make the distance, I'd suggest, because this guy can kick a footy, and it's good to see Laurie, both full forwards, showing us they can mark.
They can mark.
So Troy Maharis, can he capitalise and tie the scores up? Moves in. Lovely looking left foot kick. It's a glorious kick. It's going to land. In fact, it is over the top. It is a goal. So that's tied the scores up. That's Troy Maharis' first goal for the day. And it's given Thomson 6 goals, 4-40. Belpost Hill 6-4, 40. Raiders bingo, second quarter scoreboard, 22 minutes gone.
Yeah, that was a handy one, wasn't it, for the Thomson side, and they went a bit more direct there, and I think that's what they've got to try and do, and I think the team that can bite the bullet here a little bit and go direct and be prepared to run the lines a little bit can get the chocolates, so to speak.
Belpost Hill with Ewan Hanley, who's fairly creative in the back half, on the half-forward flank.
So back to the middle. Justin having a run in the ruck against Dalziel, gets it down. Highland's there, grabs it. Handball to Sabali Armstrong, going to be under pressure from Furman. Handball back to Rowan. Handball back to Troy Maharis, also up the ground now to Armstrong. Right foot kick, great for distance, goes long towards half forward. Oh, great mark, Vid Maranovic. He takes the mark at half back for Belpost Hill to repel the attack. Goes towards centre wing, the lead on from Furman. Armstrong goes up and takes a great mark. And Sabali Armstrong kicks left foot towards Bradley in the middle, who takes the mark and can play on. Goes to the right foot, they've straightened up. He goes long towards Nick Maharis now. Kazina has pushed, said the umpire. And Nick Maharis will shoot for goal from 30 metres out directly in front.
I think they've been listening. Nick's gone to full forward.
So Nick Maharis.
That was interesting, I guess. With no disrespect to all, there wasn't a push in the back page yesterday.
So now Nick Maharis comes in, 30 metres out directly in front, and has kicked the goal. So his first, and the 7th for Thomson. They go to 7-4, 46. They take the lead, Belpost Hill 6-4, 40. Raiders bingo, second quarter scoreboard, 23 and a half minutes played.
We might, Laurie, still have a future in coaching, do you think, some of these moves?
You never know, someone might be listening.
Way out of the pay bracket, you two. Way out.
But I mean, to me, that seemed reasonably logical because Nick's been taking a grab.
Well, that's right.
And they've had the ball going that direction with Troy not grabbing them. And Troy in midfield, he's no slouch there either, is he?
Well, I reckon Troy's a great sweeper. I like having him around the ground because he's such a lovely kick and can get the ball in the four line quickly.
So in the middle, Justin against Dalziel. Neither really get a tap clear. Dalziel tried to get the second one forward. Nice little flip, came out to Troy Maharis, the player we're speaking of, on that left foot, drives it towards half forward. O'Connor overruns the footy, Vincent Hanley over to Holsfine by hand, Holsfine, away he goes. Kicks a low skimming pass to half forward Bradley, who's had a hand in the last couple of goals for Thomson. Kicked off the ground by Dyer, perilously close again to out on the full. The boundary umpire had a good view, and has indicated he will throw the ball in. So the ball's between wing and half forward for Belpost Hill, kicking to the southern end in the second quarter, just ticking to the 25-minute mark in the second quarter as the ruckman Holiday and Justin. Holiday used the body to get Justin out of the contest, but it's high in the air, and Rowan for Thomson in the last line of defence has taken the defensive mark. Goes down the corridor looking for Bradley. He doesn't take the mark. Furman did well to put a contest. Holiday by hand to Dalziel, by hand to Sabowski. Look away, handball's gone missing because picked up there by Riley. Looks for Randall on centre wing. He's tries to get a handball back to Riley, but under pressure on that occasion from Sabowski. The ball is over the boundary line in front of our broadcast position here. We're almost centre wing on the Social Club side of the St Albans ground. Boundary umpire puts the ball in the air. In front, Troy Maharis, tap down to Bradley. Can't get a kick away. Randall diving on it again as Bradley. And umpire has whistled play. And umpire does well. He just sort of moved in and calmed the nerves. So in front of our broadcast position again, the umpire will put the ball in the air with Dalziel and Justin. Justin gets the tap forward, looking for Highland. He can't pick it up. Justin by hand to Troy Maharis. Takes a long time. The handball finally comes to Hoare. Advantage paid as the kick goes forward. Connolly tried to edge his opponent under the footy, and Stein it is who dives at the footy and unceremoniously dumps it over the line. Disguised it pretty well, and the umpire said, yep, that's in order. So we've got players running around without opponents. Sean Simmons doesn't know where his opponent is. He's in the middle of the ground, but the ball is 10 metres from the behind post at the southern end. Up high is Bradley, but Holiday beats him. Picked up there by Ewan Handley. He has a shot trying to get it toward the goal, but he's dribbled along the ground and over the boundary. A couple of metres from the behind post. 26.5 minutes gone, second quarter. As the ball comes back into play, Bradley doing the ruck work. I think Thomson, well, they're not even prepared to concede a behind because it's run over the boundary line by Brad Roberts.
The way we're going, Eric, they might need that. Don't concede.
No, that's a good point. So the ball once again adjacent to the behind post in the attacking area for Belpost Hill. Riley in front. Bradley also flies. Oh, picked up by Stuart Dye. He's had a pot shot from 20. I don't think he's hooked it back far enough. No. He hasn't. He's missed. So it's not a bad day's work though. 2 goals, 3 for him. But that behind gives Belpost Hill the lead. 6-5-41. They lead, beg your pardon, Thomson 7-4-46. And that's on the Raiders bingo second quarter scoreboard, 27.5 minutes.
Rowan kicks in short to Riley. Goes with a wobbly right foot kick towards half forward. But turnover, Furman handball in front to Ewan Handley, 40 metres out. Drills the ball towards the goal and it has bounced through. No touched. Well, one umpire says touched, the other umpire says no, goal. It's a goal. So Ewan Handley has kicked his first and they take the lead again, Belpost Hill. They go to 7-5-47 and they lead Thomson 7-4-46. Raiders bingo second quarter scoreboard, 28 minutes played.
Well, Hill needed that one, Jason. There's probably a little bit of luck involved in that one, but you've got to have a bit of luck in the finals.
So back to the middle. Nick Maharis now having a run in the ruck. On the ball next to Justin. Thorley in there as well. He gets it down to Nick Maharis. Breaks free, left foot kick towards centre half forward. Dan O'Connor up against the taller Simmons, does very well. Takes the mark at half back. A bit taller than Dan O'Connor there, was able to put the arms up and take the grab. Not much to kick to at the moment. He's getting leads left, right and centre and just holding it up. Now he goes long looking for Holiday. Rowan against him. Nick Maharis got a hand. Oh, he took the mark. The umpire said play on. He got it away to Highland, who goes back inboard. Now he's handball back to Randall. Shuffles the handball out to Nick Maharis. Bit of time now with the right boot to go towards half forward. Menzies to come from behind, but Kazina takes the saving mark at half back for the Panthers. Drills it towards, well, nobody in particular. Backley and Highland was there. Handballs it off quickly to Thorley. Now he tries to drill the ball to Armstrong, who should turn around and shoot for goal. from 50 metres out directly in front. 2 this afternoon. Sabali Armstrong. Christian Holland still feeling the effects of that high tackle from Backley.
He'll be right. Good medicine this, straight through the middle.
I would have thought he'd be a candidate for the blood rule. He sort of got right on the bugle, didn't he?
Yeah.
So Sabali Armstrong to shoot for goal.
I think he's got an 8 on.
Just chip it up, you reckon?
Yep.
He's given it a bit more. He hasn't just chipped it. He's hit it with a wood.
He's given it
Put it
plenty.
straight through the middle. He's third. And the 8th for Thomson. They go to 8-4-52. They lead Bell Post Hill 7-5-47. Raiders bingo. Second quarter scoreboard. 30 minutes played.
Well, all of a sudden, they've been able, on each occasion, Laurie Thompson, they've got their nose in front and they've answered the challenge, and that's probably a good sign for them.
Well, it certainly is. That is a good sign. And I just see Brett Feldman coming off.
Brett Dalziel.
Brett Dalziel, I mean. Brett Feldman.
Urquhart coming on.
Looks like Marinovic now is going to do
into the ruck.
So
he's
make
big
it
enough,
interesting.
tall
Yes,
enough.
Certainly is. And I would have thought they perhaps should have used him a bit more in the middle. Marinovic and Justin. Marinovic gets a tap down. Doesn't go very far though. Picked up there by is it Backley? He's well, the player so the advantage paid to Thomson. I don't know what the free kick was for, but well, Highland over to Armstrong. Handball comes to Baxter. Baxter chips it to the lead there of Troy Maharis back at full forward. He's tackled, drops the footy. Umpire agrees, and free kick going back to Lee McAuliffe as the siren sounds to indicate half-time here at St Albans. The half-time score reads Thomson 8 goals, 4-52, leading Bell Post Hill 7-5-47.
In that quarter, Thomson kicked 5 goals, 2. Bell Post Hill kicked 3 goals, 2. And it's 5 points of difference at half-time. Thomson in the lead. Sabali Armstrong has kicked 3 goals and singles to Troy Maharis, Nick Maharis, Aaron Bradley, Dan O'Connor and Tim Gardner for Thomson. While for Bell Post Hill, 2 each to Stuart Dyer and Simon Connolly. Singles to Lee Holiday, David Holzfine and Ewan Handley. 5 points of difference at the main break. We'll take a break. Back with the second half action of our elimination final in the senior grade of the GDFL for season 2002. You're listening to 94.7 The Pulse, your home of local football.